All right, what's up, y'all? Now, apparently, there's an idea going around that WWE only announced their London WrestleMania plans in competition to AEW being in London for All In. And I don't understand how we could have gotten to this point. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I talked about in my last video speaking about AEW. It's just, I don't know why they want to be like attacked by Triple H all the time. I don't think that's what's happening. Is Triple H very petty towards AEW? Yes. But Tony Khan is also petty back. They're petty towards each other. The word is no longer petty. They don't like each other. I don't like the usage of the word petty, implying that these things are just, that we're just doing it to doing it. No. These two companies do not like each other. They're going to do things to make the other one angry. That's just the way it is. It's not breaking news. Everyone knows this already. If you're familiar with both the companies and the history between each other, you know they do not like each other. So it's not pettiness. It's just pure disrespect going on between both of them. And that's just what it is. It's not that deep. Not to me. And I'll be honest with you. The idea that the WWE are trying to take something from AEW with doing the whole London WrestleMania announcement thing, I'm going to be completely honest with you. And you can be an AEW elitist, a WWE elitist. It doesn't matter what you are. You can agree to this. Well, you should be able to agree to this. That there's nothing AEW All In can do to stop the impact of a WrestleMania in London. That is going to be the biggest show. It's going to be bigger than All In. And there's nothing anyone can do about that. That's not a concept that no one knows. It's not something that people just can't understand. No, that's just a fact. And it's not to any deficit of Tony Khan. And Tony Khan, I know he knows that. There's no way he doesn't understand that. He knows that there's absolutely nothing he can do. Well, I would hope he knows that there's absolutely nothing he can do on his AEW All In show that is going to eclipse anything that WrestleMania does in London. And that's because it's the WWE. That's it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do about that. You have to just take your losses on that. So I don't agree with the ideology that they went into this. So like, all right, we're going to step on AEW's toes. For what? They're behind you. What are you trying to step on their toes for? And again, I know some people are going to take that as a diss to AEW. That's just the facts, bro. That's literally just the facts. If the roles were reversed on the companies, I would say the exact same thing. If AEW had a 20, 30-year head start and WWE was a company that's always trying to punch up and trying to get them, I would say the exact same thing. But these are the realities. This is not about feeling. This is not about opinion. This is not about which show you think is better. If you like Dynamite more, cool. If you like Raw or SmackDown more, cool. It's not about that. This is just about facts. One company is bigger than the other. So when that company does the show in the same spot, the show that the company that's bigger, they're going to have a bigger crowd, more attention towards it, bigger superstars, bigger matches. I didn't say better. I said bigger. That's the way it is. So I'm definitely not tapping into ideology of Triple H just waiting behind the wall like, oh, as soon as they do their all-in show for London, we're going to announce WrestleMania. They were going to do that either way. Remember when Cena came out Money in the Bank and said he was going to they were planning this a long time ago. And we don't even know if they're going to do it in the same arena. You know what I'm saying? This could be in a totally different location. But even if it is in Wembley, there's nothing AEW can do about that. And I would hope they understand it. I would hope they know that there's not a damn thing they can do about that. And they shouldn't be trying to do anything about that. All thing they need to focus on is making their shows better every time the show comes on. They're way too focused on what WWE is doing at all costs. And I'm not even this is not an attack on the superstars that display this rhetoric, because I don't really blame them. I blame the people who are in charge. Tony Khan. I do believe Tony Khan is back there saying a whole bunch of things he doesn't like about WWE to the wrestlers. And they're just regurgitating that to the public. That's just I know Tony Khan feels a certain way. I know he says stuff backstage. You know what I'm saying? Because he says it on camera, so I know he says worse stuff backstage. He goes on live television and just says terrible things. What makes you think he's not saying things when the camera isn't on him? You know what I'm saying? And again, he's a grown man with a whole bunch of money, with a whole wrestling company. So it doesn't matter. In the real sense of it, it doesn't matter. But the idea, the thought that Triple H is just waiting to step on AEW's toes when really AEW is not in the way is very laughable to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think the AEW superstars just need to stop regurgitating this content out to the public, because it makes them seem like they're way more focused on what the other company's doing than what they need to be doing. And like I said, there is nothing they can do at All In. Nothing that is going to eclipse WrestleMania. WrestleMania is going to be the biggest wrestling show on the history of the planet until WrestleMania no longer exists. And the way this company is going, I don't know how that's going to go. If I had to bet between which show was going to stop running, I would probably say AEW is going to stop running. Do I want them to? No. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely pick them, because they've been showing a lot more signs of them falling off than this steaming locomotive, which is no longer a wrestling company. It's more of an entertainment channel, and I keep trying to explain that to people. AEW is a wrestling company. The WWE is an entertainment franchise. They're not running the same race anymore. AEW from bell to bell puts on the best matches. We all understand that. That's what they're going to do it All In. But when it comes down to everything else besides their bell to bell stuff, you're not going to be able to compare. Overall sales, crowds, celebrities being there, mainstream attention, production, all of these things, you're not going to be able to beat them in. So maybe just focus on checking off those boxes to make yourself a better comparison to them. Because AEW runs with their new motto is, this is where the best wrestle. That can be all fine and dandy. That can be great. You know what I'm saying? That may be damn near true. But there's a difference between the word best and biggest. And where the biggest wrestle is World Wrestling Entertainment. And I hate making these videos because I know I'm going to be put into the column of, oh, he's just an AEW hater, when really I just want them to stop saying things that make them look stupid. That's all I want. That's all I'm trying to get at. I want them to stop saying things that make them look stupid. That's all I want. But when I make the videos and then I'm highlighting what they say, I was like, oh, you're a hater. No, I'm not. If they just shut up and just focus on making their shows better, I would have nothing to criticize them about. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I think it's because I remember how bad WWE used to be and how people just run them into the ground. You know what I'm saying? And for good reason, because they were doing stupid things. But now that we're on the up and up, as far as that side, as far as Triple H and them go, it's not perfect. They're doing a lot of stupid stuff now. You know what I'm saying? But the comparisons is not the same. You know what I'm saying? They're doing a lot more good than bad these days, as opposed to the past. But as far as AEW, they're doing a lot more bad than good. It's not all bad, but it's not all good either. But they speak with this tone that they're the best to ever do everything. And they're not. And then they go and make these public statements, making themselves look weird and making the diehard fans of them look even weirder, because they're just going and defending the terrible statements. There's nothing All In can do to stop WrestleMania, and they shouldn't be trying to stop WrestleMania. They should be trying to build something that's their WrestleMania that could become bigger than WrestleMania one day. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Probably not realistically, but at least run with the thought that maybe you can do that one day. The optimism. Or here's also a thought. Stop thinking about what they do at all twists and turns. Like at every twist and turn, you do not have to think about what they're doing and how you can rebuttal. You don't have to. Now, I don't want this to happen. But if one day there comes a Who Killed AEW doc on Vice, Tony Khan killed AEW. You know why? Because he's too worried about what's happening outside the AEW house instead of what's happening inside the AEW house. He's so worried about free agents and what's happening on Raw and SmackDown and what's happening on Twitter and what Eric Bischoff is saying. You're so worried about all these other things. You're so worried about a 5-star match rating. You're so worried about these small things that do not really matter when your company is spiraling. And they keep putting on the Band-Aid of the 5-star match. So people are like, oh, wow, hour-long match on Dynamite. Everything is fine. Everything is not fine. Everything is not fine. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. I promise I understand why this happens. And I hope that one day it can be figured out. I hope one day Tony Khan can figure it out. But I fear that when he does figure it out, it might be too late for the company. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you right now, the Lucha Brothers, they look like they're about to be out of here. MJF, I don't care about a tattoo on his ankle. That man is out of there. At some point, he's going to be out of there. And when you lose MJF, that's it. He's the last hope for AEW. I can't say it any clearer than that. He's the last hope. He's their crown jewel on the men's side. The women's side is Toni Storm. I don't think Toni Storm will ever go back because Toni Storm is doing the best work of her career in AEW, which I always commend AEW for that because I think she's the best character in the entire company. You know what I'm saying? But MJF, if they lose MJF, say goodbye. And Mercedes already said she was coming back. You know what I'm saying? So Tony, worry about that. Worry about the fact that you're TBS and you're about to give her like 14 other belts because I know you are. I love Mercedes, but he's about to push her to the moon. You have to worry about that. Worry about trying to figure out why Mercedes went on live television or live broadcast on the internet. And before she even showed up for big business, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm just here to get some money real quick. That was it. She literally called you to work, man. I'm going to stay over here, get some titles, win some matches, have some great matches, get some money, and some more money. And then I'm going to dip and go back home. That's what she said. I didn't do it. She did. And she's right for it. Why are we going to turn down some money for? Turn down some money to do what I've been doing before and not put as much stress on my body? That's easy. But yeah, I really hope Tony Khan and AEW can figure it out, bro. Just focus on making your shows better. Triple H is not worried about you like that, big bro. I promise. It's not that serious. Please, just... hopefully they'll figure it out soon. I don't know. But if you guys like this video, like the video, subscribe if you're new, subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what kind of video you want me to do next. Stay safe, drink water. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video, man.